You guys get like a 2-in-1: removal of a wig and I guess the application of the wig. I was about to say the put on of a wig. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm hoping that you are doing awesome-tastically well as per usual. It's been a while, it's been a minute. But yeah, I'm still alive, I'm still around. I've just not been on YouTube because, you know, right now a lot of people are going through a lot of things, mainly because of the Rona. Some of us are still stuck in America. So someone, if your friend is the president of Namibia, just tell the mans to open the border so we can go home, because flights right now are around $3,000 US. I haven't been working for 5 months. I don't have that kind of money. So tell your uncle to open the border so I can pay for a normal flight to go home. Anyways, I digress. Yeah, so the main reason for this video is basically because if you follow me on Instagram, which you should probably do, because most of the times I actually post random stories there. Also, I'm not as consistent on Instagram. It's probably worse. It's worse on YouTube than it is on Instagram. Anyways, I posted the other day that I got free hair, like a free wig unit. See You and Show actually sent me a free unit, which is a bob unit, because I purchased this really nice, beautiful long hair of theirs. This is their 30-inch, 13x6 lace frontal, and it is 180% density, which means it's nice, it's thick. If you want really long curly hair, you have to pay more, especially if you don't want it looking thin. So always pay more for a bigger density or a thicker density, just because it looks more natural. So it doesn't look thin, it doesn't look anything like that. Shedding is like at its minimal, but because it's long hair, it does get tangled every now and then, so that's okay. But yes, because I bought this hair, basically they sent me hair. They sent me this curly unit, and it's really nice. It's like a bob, so that's nice. It's short, and in order to basically prep my hair, what I did was I took this specific thing right over here. It is called the Sally Hansen Airbrush Legs. It is a tanning spray. So the reason I'm using a tanning spray and I basically tanned the inside of my wig cap is because I am too lazy to bleach knots anymore. I think I've done this for about 6 or 5 of my wig units. That's how many wigs I have. I have 6 or 5 wigs. Do you guys want to see me like do like a whole like my wig collection? If you want to see me do a wig collection, let me know. I'll do that as well. But yeah, I've done this for 6 or 5 of my wigs. I can't remember. And all I do is take this tanning spray and I like spray in the inside, and that automatically slightly bleaches your knot without you having to damage your knot. So for me, the reason I use the tanning spray again is because I don't really like the process of bleaching knots. Sometimes you can over bleach your knots, other times you can under bleach your knots, and usually for me it's one of the two. I've never actually perfected bleaching knots, and with this there's kind of like no way of you going wrong with it, and you also don't damage your hair. I feel like whenever you bleach your knots, depending on which hair company you buy from or which supplier you buy from, sometimes the hair isn't as strong as you think it is, and with the bleaching of the knots you can actually ruin a lot of, like, I guess the hair's construction and basically the hair's makeup, whatever you want to call it. I failed chemistry, so I don't know, not the construction, the makeup, the something of the hair. Why I'm like, yeah, okay, like basically the hair. So anyways, I've prepped that right over here, and I will let that dry for like a little bit, and whilst that is drying, I'm going to remove this wig. So you guys get like a 2-in-1: removal of a wig and I guess the application of the wig. I was about to say the put on of a wig. So for the removal of the wig, you have 2 options, but I'm going to give you like the most common one, which is one that everyone can do. Just take rubbing alcohol, and when I say rubbing alcohol, spirits, I think it's spirits. It's toch the same thing, man. It's just, you know what? Just go to Clicks or Discount into your pharmacy and just buy isopropyl rubbing alcohol from them. It can be like the 70% alcohol, rubbing alcohol, or the 99%. I prefer the 99% because it's stronger, but in the States, for some reason, most of their pharmacies or like Discount/Clicks like places always just sell 70% isopropyl, and I usually put it in like a spray bottle. This is an old sitting spray bottle, and I put it in here, and then all I do is I start spraying at the top of the wig. So now suck it. So now suck it. So now suck it. I'm sorry. So I start spraying at the top of the wig and I kind of just press and then dab it in. I'm going to show you guys the wig application as well. And honestly, when it comes to doing your wigs and applying your wigs, the application process I'm going to show you guys is the application process that works for me. You don't have to exactly do it the same way, because again, I feel like when it comes to hair, when it comes to makeup, people want to have the hair and the makeup look exactly the same way as another person's, and I feel like sometimes we forget that we're all individuals, and because we're all individuals, no two things will ever look the same. So the way I apply my wig is not necessarily going to look the same way on you. So even though I apply my wig probably in a method that seems really good to you, you might do the same thing and then you hate it, you don't like it. So yeah. In terms of removal, so the removal is nice with rubbing alcohol, whether it is that you used a lace glue, whether it is you use got to be glued, whether the got to be glued, and got to be glued is basically either the hairspray or the hair gel, or if you used a product that is of the same strength. I think like back home, when people think about wig applications, a lot of people are very concentrated on using this because in America and from all of the YouTubers that we watch, they mainly use this. But I know that I in the past have used the L'Oreal Ultra Hold gel, and I'll leave a link to that, and I'll probably leave a picture of it here. And it's at Discam, it's at Clicks. The holding strength is 10, I think. So you guys can see it's slowly coming off. The holding strength of that product is a number 10, and it works exactly the same way. I have a picture of a wig that I had on back home before I came to the States, and I'll put it right over here. And that actually lasted me 3 days. I think it would have lasted me longer if I just didn't put the hair in water or showered with the hair. So there are always alternative products to the products that they have here in the States. I feel like sometimes we're so concentrated on doing exactly what the Americans are doing that we forget that we have products that are either similar, exactly similar, or even better than the products that they have here in the United States of America. I've removed like majority of the gunk on my hair. There is still some residue from both the lace glue and the lace tape. What I'm going to do again is take this, which is filled with rubbing alcohol, and the rubbing alcohol I was talking about is basically this. Just it. Most of the residue is, I believe, gone. And because this is I guess a wig slash a lace tutorial, I'm going to try and do these things accordingly, because I don't want to be blamed for ruining your hairline or your edges. Y'all already know me. If my edges start looking a bit ratchet, rache, non-existent, I will chop off my hair, cut off all of my hair. I don't have a problem with that. You guys already know. I want to save y'all's edges. I usually don't put on a wig cap because it's hot and I really don't like feeling uncomfortable under my wigs. But for the content, we will put on a wig cap. There we go. Now it looks like I have no hair. Please me, cornrow or braid your hair underneath. If you have short hair like me, please gel it all the way down so it lays flat. I have seen people that refuse to braid their hair and then just have their wigs looking like this. Just like it's just a hump of hair standing up. That's not the way to go, guys. Like, why do people do these things to yourselves? Embarrassing. And I say that as being a person that also used to have my wig looking like this. I had my wig looking like this one time last year, and I was very disappointed in myself after I saw the pictures. I was like, no. Okay, you want your wig laying flat, so make sure that the hair underneath is flat. There we go. Now that you look like an egg, you're going to add your adhesive. Again, I'm going to keep repeating the whole adhesive situation just because no two people are the same. People have different methods and different processes of doing things. I specifically use what is known as lace tape. I can guarantee you AliExpress would have lace tape. You don't necessarily have to buy this brand of lace tape. as long as you follow the steps and processes, and as long as you're willing to continuously do your wigs, continuously practice, you will learn how to properly do it. I've used this specific tape before and have miserably failed. I've used a different tape before and I've also miserably failed. I've used Got to Be Glued and I failed. So it's basically trial and error until you find something that works for you. But I'll show you guys what works for me. And if you have questions, leave them in the comment section down below. But what I'm going to do is take tabs and then just apply them along my hairline. So the tab looks like this, and basically it's double-sided tape. So the one side sticks to your hair, the other side sticks to your lace wig. Boom. Okay, so we've added it all along like my hairline. I might add some extra ones here, but I would like to put the wig on first and then see if I want to add more tape or if I would much rather just add the glue. So the glue that I'm using, again, this is my method, guys, and please, if you're one of my friends, I don't have space in my bags to bring you anything. Please, I really don't have space. Don't ask me for shit, please. But yes, this is the Supreme Bond Lace Wig Glue. So I have not plucked anything because apparently this wig comes pre-plucked. Half of the time I only pluck the hair on my hairline, or when it's finally on my hairline. But I feel like this is like, I mean, a decent amount of pre-plucked pluckiness, I guess. Yeah, that's a decent amount of pre-pluckiness. I have no problem with that, because even with the other wig, I barely I did like the bare minimum plucking of the hairline. So yeah, that is sort of dry. What we're going to do now is remove the tabs around my ears so that we can apply the wig. I'm scavenging through like a cupboard. Okay. So I'm going to remove all of these along my hairline and I'll be back once everything is off. The next step is to add the wig. So you're going to just basically measure it up to like the middle of your head, put it over, and I have not cut the lace tape yet. What I find a lot of people doing is they cut the tape and then boom, like they put on the lace wig and then it's like, oh no, my hairline looks ugly. That's because you cut the tape before you actually put or fit the wig onto your head. So what you're going to do is you're then going to take this, you're going to pull it all the way to the front and try and make sure that the tape covers, or the wig covers where the tape is. You're going to put it over your ear, put it there, and then I'm going to rub down on my ear. See, there we go. Oh, this is a cute wig. I'm liking it already. So you're just going to like take the end of like your comb. It does not have to be a comb like this, please, people. Like, I know a lot of people are always like, oh no, I want exactly the same thing as you're using. Guys, if you used exactly the same foundation color that I was using and you were light-skinned, or you had like a lighter shade than I would have, would we look the same? No. So why always think that you need to use exactly the same thing the other person is using? This is why we end up buying things that we don't need in our lives, because people keep trying to be the same as other people. Just be yourself. Even if you are ugly like me. For years I was ugly. Till now I still believe that I look ugly, but I've just been doing me. Anyways, I digress. Okay, so what I did was I just clipped my hair to the back, and now I'm putting on my dookie and I'm just tying it, and I'll probably let this sit like for 5 minutes, because like at the end of the day, when I'm going to style this again, I'm still going to take a dookie and still have to style it down. We're going to cut this off eventually, but the burps. We're going to cut this off eventually, but another thing that I was thinking about is like, when you choose to do your lace wig, please try and always, like when you do your wig, or it's your first application of a certain unit, instead of instead of just pre-cutting the lace, the excess lace already, try putting the wig on your head first, then cutting the lace. So put the wig on your head with the excess lace already on, because then you can basically measure out how you want to cut your hairline and how you want to style your hairline, which again is usually what I do. It's been a learning process for me. I would initially always just cut off the lace wig and then it looked ugly, but there are like tons and tons of videos on YouTube just showing you exactly how to do that. And then I was thinking about something else. The lace tape, again, it does not have to be lace tape because lace tape isn't always available like on hand back home. So even if it's not lace tape, you could always just again buy the L'Oreal Ultra Hold glue. I think the hold is a number 10. You can buy a hairspray. I believe this Got to Be glue hairspray is number 4. So you can find ones that are number 4. You even find ones that are number 9, number 10. Exactly the same process of spraying, drying it, waiting for it to get tacky, and then applying the wig. So when you do apply the wig, you want to apply the wig so it kind of looks like it's melted into your skin. There are different methods of doing that. And again, if you want to see the method of applying the gel as well as applying like the hairspray, you can always go ahead and do that with other videos. I really just cannot go through that process. For me, it's a really long process and I always end up having like a messy looking wig. That's just for me. Other people have, you know, perfected it down to a T, and you can do the same as well.
Hey guys, so for this part of the video, I chose to do a voiceover, and that's mainly because I realized that somewhere along the line in this video, I ended up taking a phone call with a friend and I got distracted. But once you remove your scarf, you're going to cut your excess lace into sections before you totally cut it off. And the reason for doing this is just that it gives you a bit more control when you start cutting the edges, or basically finally cut off the lace in order for the lace to melt. I honestly sometimes forget half of the terminology when it comes to lace wigs, but what you're going to do is again cut it into sections, and then instead of using a pair of scissors, you're going to use a eyebrow blade. So it's the micro blading blades that most people use for shaping their eyebrows. If you want to use scissors, you can always use scissors. Just make sure that when you use the scissors, instead of cutting it in a straight line, you're going to cut it in a zigzag form. And so probably try cutting it in a snip manner. I'm not sure if that makes sense. In a snip manner, or just get like a microblading blade. It literally in Namibia, it doesn't cost you more than like 14 Namibian dollars. So yes, just take that microblading blade and start cutting your final part of the lace. I really don't know. Again, I don't know the terminology, but cut it. And when you're cutting it, you'll also notice that it's not cutting it in a straight line. Again, it's going to cut it in a more of a zigzag form. And that zigzag form allows for non-boxiness of your wig. It also gives you more of a natural hairline versus just like a straight cut hairline. Because then it looks like you look like a guy. It just looks like you went to the barbershop to get your whole hairline trimmed up. Now you just look trimmed up. You don't look melted. Basically, that's what I'm trying to say. Then you're going to cut your ear tabs, and I suggest you cut the ear tabs before you cut the sideburns, only because you want those sideburns to, you know, cover your hair. You don't want people to see the extra hair. You don't want people to see your actual natural hair. A lace wig is meant to melt into your hairline, so people don't need to see your 4C hair when you're trying to finesse people and say that you have 3C curls. Do you know what I mean? There you go. So again, you're going to, once you finish cutting like the ear tabs or the lace around your ears, you're then going to cut the lace close to your sideburns, and you can cut it according to how your sideburns basically flow on your head. And then yeah, you're basically done with almost laying your wig. Now you will also notice once you've laid your wig that way that sometimes there's going to be lace that still lifts. So for that, you can use your hairspray, you can use your gel, you can use your glue to basically just, you know, basically to just put down those final sections. Just make it look spiffy, make it look fine. Okay, so you're going to do that, and when you're doing that, even when you were just initially applying the glue or gel onto your hairline, try as much as possible to not touch the gel or the glue or the lace tape with your fingers, because your fingers, in as much as you feel like your fingers never have excess oil, they always have excess oil, and that is very detrimental to whatever the actual, you know, lace glue, lace tape is made of, and it makes it less tacky, it makes it less sticky, and your lace wig or your wig is going to lift faster or sooner than expected. But yeah, that's basically it from my side. Honestly, like I said, I'm a beginner when it comes to this. Every single time I get a new wig, I'm a beginner. It's not perfect. I'm not, you know, as cool as all of, you know, the YouTubers out there, but if you wanted to see how I do mine, there you go. That's how I do mine. Again, there are tons and tons and millions of videos on YouTube showing you guys how to put on your lace wig. Again, practice makes perfect. That's how I learned to do mine. Mine is not perfect by any means, but every single day and every single time I get a wig or put on one of my old wigs, I learn some more. So there you go, guys. That's the wig, and that's a wig from See You and Show. I will leave a link to the wig itself in the description box, so if you happen to be in the United States or in the UK, you can order it with Amazon. If you happen to be one of my viewers that happens to live in Africa, whether South Africa, Namibia, Nigeria, anywhere, this vendor or supplier has a AliExpress website too, and I will leave the AliExpress website in the description box as well. So if you liked this video, enjoyed me doing this hair, please like and subscribe to my channel. Again, almost forgot, I basically just added water and added and added mousse to the hair. So water, mousse, and like a oil to just make the curls pop. But yeah, again, like this video, subscribe to this channel, tell me what else you guys would like to see on this channel. I'm not promising that I'll be here forever, but I am promising that I would most probably try posting more than I have been in a really long time. Stay safe, stay blessed, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye. Okay, bye.